Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to ENCA. This is Sports on All Angles. Out of 156 of the world's finest players at the United States Open Championships, Matt Fitzpatrick was the last man standing. The Englishman completed a one-shot victory over American duo Will Zalatoris and world #1 Scottie Scheffler. Fitzpatrick also matched the legendary Jack Nicklaus, doing the double at the same venue by claiming the US Amateur and US Open Championship over there. The 27-year-old is the first non-American to hold the US Open Championship title. For more on this wonderful achievement, we are now welcomed by golf journalist Mike Green, chatting to us via Zoom. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you, Mr. Green. How impressive was that victory for you?
It was hugely impressive. I think perhaps one of the most impressive things about it was simply that it was a triumph of hard work. He's not the longest of hitters, particularly off the tee, although he's worked at that over recent years. And it just really showed that grinding hard is eventually going to be rewarded. And so there were some extraordinary shots to watch during that final round, and Fitzpatrick supplied most of them.
Mr. Green, that birdie putt on the 13th probably was the one that sealed the deal, of course, for Fitzpatrick. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, that was nearly 50 feet. It was a superb putt. I think he was just trying to cozy it up next to the hole. Certainly looked like it. And it ran all the way and hit the pin, and in she went. And I think his reaction showed exactly how important that putt was. Of course, he birdied the 15th as well. That wasn't nearly as long a putt. It was only about 20 feet, I suppose, 15 or 20 feet. And then I think for me, the shot of the tournament, and perhaps even the shot of the year, perhaps even the shot of the decade, it was extraordinary, was his approach shot to 18 out of the fairway bunker. It really was a very difficult shot. I don't think anyone who doesn't play golf has a sense of how difficult that shot was. And he absolutely pured it. This is them showing it again now. And he absolutely pured it and hit it right onto the green and gave himself a chance of a birdie, but in fact had two putts to win the tournament. Should Zalatoris have missed his birdie putt, which of course he did.
Indeed, a well-deserved victory. On to other matters. Teenage sensation Adrich Potgieter winning the 127th Amateur Championship. How far can this kid go in the game?
Yeah, look, I think winning the Amateur Championship is an extraordinary feat. It's obviously the amateur equivalent of the Open Championship. And I think to be able to win it at 17 is the second youngest player ever to have won it. Matteo Manassero of Italy is the youngest. He was 16 when he won it. And Manassero hasn't gone on to anything great. But certainly the way that Potgieter looked during his win was impressive. He was always calm. And to be calm at 17 on your way to the biggest victory of your career is some feat. And I think he can go a long way. He's going to be able to show just what he's made of. He's playing in the Open Championship now next month, and he gets into the Masters next April, and he gets into the next US Open. So he's got 3 major championships all before he's 18, and or by the time he's 18. And he's going to be able to learn a lot from that. He's risen in the world rankings from an extraordinarily low base. I mean, he was ranked something like 2,500th. Just 18 months ago, and now he's inside the top 100 and likely to go even higher, obviously, after this win.
All right, I mean, the Live Golf Series and their recruits was a real distraction at the US Open. Is the Saudi-backed Live Golf Series good or bad for the game?
Look, I think in purely golf terms, I don't think it's good for the game at all. I think that having 54-hole exhibition events, which they are essentially, there's no cut, there's no penalty for not playing well, everyone makes money. 54 holes is not a full tournament, 72 holes, as we saw this weekend in the thriller-minute US Open Championship, is the kind of default position for golf. And